Hola, 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 pasó. Tudo bem? All good? Dave Mate here. Back for another discussion of erva mate. Erva mate from Brazil. Today we're going to be discussing Verdelandia. Let me just clear the energy. Thank you, Embrapa, for this beautiful cuia. I've been using it every day. Beautiful Embrapa. All right, let's get going, folks. Check this out, Verdelandia. I got this from a supermarket when I was in Brazil last month, in Paraná, the state of Paraná, one of the southern states of Brazil, where they consume erva pretty much every day there. And I met one of the founders of this company at the 21 Mate conference. It's getting smoky in here. So I figured, hey, since I met one of the owners and then I found the package in the supermarket, in this little tiny market actually, I figured let me give it a shot. So I've been drinking it for the past couple days. Initial impressions is that it's super smooth. It reminds me of that erva that Barão makes called Camboa. I think it's called Camboa. I actually reviewed it a couple years ago. I can't even remember the name of it. I think it was called Camboa. It was actually a hybridized species of erva that they designed to make smooth. This is not it, but this is similar to it in the sense of the smoothness. You see, after you drink enough ervas, to be quite frank, a lot of them start to taste the same in many ways. So when an erva like this comes along and actually has an impression on me, I can detect new flavor profiles. That's when I get excited. Because a lot of times you just fall into what I call the sea of green. A lot of these ervas are the same, literally the same, just different brands, and a lot of them are harvested from the same region. So there's a lot of crossover. But obviously there's a high level of differences as well, which makes this a gourmet item. You just have to have a super discerning taste to detect the different types of ervas. But if you're just stuck on one or two or three, sometimes they all begin to blur together. So this one actually really stands out to me. That's why I like it. That's why I'm interested in it. So as you can see here, I'm using the Mate Shaper, this device that I was inspired to design from the Brazilian ones. They had the plastic ones. So Circle Drink was the first company to make the wooden ones ever, as far as I know. You put it in the middle of the cuia. It creates a clear division between the water hole and the erva. So this is a sort of like a cheat code, if you will, for people who don't want to deal with the whole turning it over and all that, which is fun. I love doing that. You could even use the plate that I use sometimes. You see me with the Yakui plate you put on top. I also call that a shaper. These are all shapers in my mind. So once you fill this up to get to the top, when you can make it firm, now you get your water. So this mate also has a little bit of a kick, I would say. It has a little bit of a smoky kick on the end, on the finish. I would say the opening profiles are creamy, green, soft malt, soft cacao, soft chocolate. Middle notes, you're going to experience a little bit of espresso, a little bit of coffee. And on the end, you're going to taste a little bit of smoke. It has a nice little movement to it, this erva. This erva is from Paraná, collected from various farms under the Verdelandia brand. Remember guys, 80% of all the erva in Brazil comes from small farmers. When I say small farmer, a farmer that has less than 20 hectares, that's a small farmer. So 80% of all the mate that's grown in Brazil is culminated together and made into massive brands like this. This is not even a massive brand. This is a beautiful, I would say, middle-sized brand. I didn't even know about them until now, until last month. So we got to give credit to a lot of these small farmers producing all this herba that a larger companies are purchasing and turning into beautiful brands like this. That's what I love about herba. It really helps support local farmers. So what you want to do now, just softly move this gently, and sometimes you'll get the perfect clear division like this. As you can see here, you get this nice little clear division. Once you have the clear division, you want to put this in here. Right now it's parallel, but you want to make it perpendicular like this. So just twist it now. Twist it, pull, twist. So now here you have a kind of a cross situation. Now you want to hit it again. You see, once you get it, once you learn how to make herba, you got it. I know it's a little tricky at times. It's a little intimidating for people who are used to the traditional mate like this. Here's a little bit of a Brazilian mate, but not the herba form mixed with mint. Let's top that off a little bit, give it a little extra flavor. So this mate is pretty easy to make, as you know. You don't need to worry about the cuia, the special bombija, called the bomba in Brazil, in Portuguese. You don't need to worry about all that. So when it comes to this herba, there's a lot of intimidation because it's pure green powder. You see all this pure powder? But once you learn how to make it, just like how I showed you here, then you got it. Then you're set for life. Then you've opened yourself up to a whole new world of herba, a whole new mate experience. This experience is starkly different than this experience here with the whole leaves. Remember, herba is raw mate in powdered form. It's raw. Look how green it is. It's not aged. You don't have 9 months, 12 months, 24 months. That's all great for that particular type of mate when you're aging it. Brazilian, Paraguayan, Argentinian. Those mates were designed to be aged. That's a different situation. This mate, totally different methodology. No aging, fresh, green. Let's take a sip. Yeah, perfect. Cool, so check out Verdelandia. As far as I know, this is the first time it's even entered the United States. We may be working with the company eventually. We'll see what happens. Really nice brand. Hopefully we could bring this to you over the next couple months. Verdelandia. Remember this one. Verdelandia. Ciao, ciao.